Today, my topic is should Chinese be criticized for taking away the job position from Americans? Today in US, it's not hard to find the things made in China. When American consumers are enjoying the cheap goods coming with the US and China trade relationship, they are also criticized on job losing due to the trade with China. According to Alexander at 2011, the Economy Policy Institution in Washington estimate that at least 2.8 million jobs was lost because of China taking over the production of the manufactured goods. The job losing have affected all 50 states in America. For me, a Chinese student major in economy, and argument was particularly correct that China has taken over the production of the manufactured goods. On the other hand, those jobs lost are not the whole of the truth, and the Chinese should not be criticized for taking away the job position from the Americans. The estimate of the 2.8 million jobs by the Economy Policy Institution should be correct, but those jobs lost are not totally caused by the China taking production of the manufactured goods. According to the James at 2010, technology improvement, but not international trade, are reducing U.S. manufacturing employment by automating many route tasks. An attempt to the member of the Congress to save U.S. Manufacturing jobs by restricting trade with China are misguided and fault. Computers make manufacturer employee less employee. Let's take a look at the graph, the figure 1. From the year of the 1987 to the year of 2007, capital service use per hour of the work didn't change a lot. Taking the improvement of labor efficiency into the consideration, manufacturer actually has used less human labors. On the other hand, total information per processing equipment were 6 times higher than before. It means that manufacturers are use more computer in the production. Then let's take a look at another graph, the figure 2. This is a graph of the Chinese manufacturing workforce between the year of 1990s and the year of 2006. Though the graph, we can see that Chinese manufacturing workforce have reached the peak in the year of the 1997, and for of that, job loss are not only happened in the U.S. but also in China, because human labor was replaced by the computers in manufacturing process. Thus, U.S. manufacturing employee has forced primarily because U.S. business have changed the process of the production, according to Sherk at 2010. According to Cantony, 2011, China has created enormous demand for U.S. company to build up support service, and overall you see fantastic profit of the U.S. company because of China. There are a lot of real-world examples around us. To illustrate, my uncle immigrated to U.S. and started its own enterprise 3 years ago. The focus of enterprise was disposal of the metal. He will collect waste metal in America and then transport to China. After the waste metal has been disposed and built into the new material, he will sell the new material back to U.S. His company has more than 100 American employees. The international trade actually create a lot of new jobs for the Americans. Also, the international trade would lead further international investment. According to Company 2011, China holds around $1.2 trillion in U.S. Treasury bonds and job-creating enterprise. For instance, there are some state-owned enterprises in China doing the international trade with companies in the U.S. to expand the business. Some of those SOEs might start a new subsidiary in the U.S. or invest in the greenfield project. The money will push the economy and create new jobs. Finally, regardless of the cost of job loss and the benefit from the international trade, the cheap Chinese labor was particularly a result of pressure from the U.S. corporations. The global strategy, US-based global corporations like Walmart, Google, Microsoft, and Nike, acting through the US business organization like American Chamber of the Commerce in the Shanghai and the US-China Business Council, are actively lobbying against the new labor legal restrictions, which increase the right of the Chinese laborers. The new labor legal restrictions would provide a minor standard of the commonplace in many other countries, such as enforced labor contract, severance pay, the regulation, and negotiate over the workplace policies and produce. But it was posed by those U.S. corporations which was subject to the same regulation in U.S. The logical is easy to understand. Those multinational corporations wants to enjoy the cheap labor without taking any further obligations. So they choose to oppose the new legislations. All in all, Chinese should not be criticized for taking away the job from the Americas, because the job loss in manufacturing was primarily because the manufacturer changed the production process. The U.S.-China international trade actually increased the job opportunity, and the cheap labor was caused by the U.S. itself. The trend of the globalization cannot be stopped. Also, there is never a competition between U.S. and China. International trade can benefit the customers in both areas. Irrational complaint won't bring you new position, so please focus on equipping yourself with the new skills. That is my presentation.